Hello, hello there, my crafty friends. It's Candy here from sweetstamper.com, and we're going to see if a third time is a charm. It's so strange. I'm videoing where I always do, using my camera, my phone, the way I always do it, and for some reason, it's coming out sideways tonight. Ah, yay. Okay, we are on. Woohoo! Okay. It was so strange. It looked right from my camera, but it did from my phone. Hey, Margaret, welcome. And hello, Kathy. So, yeah, this is actually take 3, but it probably gave people a chance to find me. Let's see. Get the fan going. Man, we are hot as Hades here in Texas. Man, we are in the middle of a major heat wave. And it is not fun. Thank you so much for sharing. Those of you who share my video, it helps me so much. And you know that if you comment, you will go into my drawing that I do for each Facebook Live. So we're going to case a card tonight. And case just means that you, case is an, can't think of the name now. It's a word, C-A-S-E, and it's copy and share everything or copy and selectively edit. So this is my cards with a twist. It's getting ready to go out in the mail in the next few days, and it's 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs with a twist, so you can see the twist. And this is what you get. You get the sequins, and you get the paper with it. And I do have a couple of extra kits, so if anybody is still interested in this class. And the reason I kind of went with the method in my madness with this was this is actually part of a suite, this is an online exclusives bundle. And the dies are really cool, beautiful stamps, and I love the words on this. And it's part of a suite that's really soft and very pretty. And I thought, you know what, I love this. I want to show the versatility of kind of taking this into bolder, brighter, deeper colors than just the very soft colors that are in the suite. So that's kind of where I went. So I'm going to just look at comments real quick. So Kathy's hot in Kansas too. Jolene is here. Thank you for sharing. And Margaret, thank you for sharing. Jackie is here. So let me just... okay, get my comments where I can see them properly. So that's kind of where I went, and I do love this pack of Gingham paper. This is in our annual catalog, and it's really nice colors to work with. I like the fact that we just have the small gingham and the large gingham, and these colors are really nice. So I thought, well, I'm going to use some of my scraps from this, and I decided I wanted to go with Berry Burst, and just kind of taking you through a little bit of my design process tonight as to how I came about what I'm doing with you. And hi, Carol from Minnesota. I bet you're not nearly as hot as we are. Hello, Gwen. Welcome. So if you guys are part of Cards with a Twist, you're going to get an extra tutorial tonight. And like I said, I do have a few more of these kits left. I made a few extras, so if you're interested, let me know. You do get all the die cuts, everything is prepped. You get the PDF tutorials, the whole kit and caboodle. So when you do your cards with a twist, you're going to have some paper left over. And I thought, okay, let's work with the paper. I knew I wanted to case this card. I really like this layout. This is just a 1/4 sheet of cardstock, and then we have a little fun fold here. This is really nice size when you just need a little bit of space to write your message. So I decided I wanted to go with, because I did this one with the pretty peacock and the pecan pie, I wanted to go with the Berry Burst. So I picked up the Berry Burst, and here we go. This is what I found. So I love these little color coaches that Stampin' Up! Publishes for us. Hey, Crystal, I'm glad you're joining us. And so I like this. This is where I decided to land. So I wanted to go with that Berry Burst from my paper here. And although this is Lost Lagoon, I decided to use the Pretty Peacock because it's kind of a darker version of Lost Lagoon. And I wanted to bring in that Blackberry Bliss for some contrast. So let's see, there's my thank you that I'm going to use. And I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss ink. And I thought, well, instead of going with the flowers here, I really like these leaf die cuts from the bundle. So I thought, well, let's go with something a little bit of shine. I thought a little bit of shine would look nice here. And I remembered that we have this new paper. So this is one of our new shimmer papers in the annual catalog. It's really gorgeous. So if you used to use, or if you still use, the former glitter paper, it had a lot of like texture to it, but it also sometimes would shed. This stuff does not shed. The shine is subtle, but it's really gorgeous. This pack, you get a sheet each of the Berry Burst. You get the, let's see, Fresh Freesia, Lost Lagoon, oh, wow, Night of Navy, and Pretty Peacock. So you see how these colors really kind of mimic what we have here with this gingham. And I think the shimmer kind of lifts the gingham and makes it a little bit dressier, which I think is kind of a fun element. And if I had seen that Pretty Peacock, I might have just gone with that. But c'est la vie, I'm going to go with what I started, and that was kind of keying off on Berry Burst. And so I pre-cut a piece of 4x1 Berry Burst. And what I'm going to do, because of the detailing on here, I want to use my adhesive sheet. So if you don't have the adhesive sheet, I think they're like $6 and you get a lot of them. And I think they're like 6x8 pieces. So you can just cut them down. Now you want to apply this to the back of whatever cardstock or shimmer paper or whatever it is that you are using. Thankfully, they give you some seams, which makes it easy to peel these and stick them. And then what you're effectively doing is you're creating your own sticker paper. So with this kind of a really heavy detail, I do not want to be using liquid glue on that. I'm going to get it everywhere, and it's one of my pet peeves. I do love our liquid glue. It's super strong. However, when it starts bleeding out from your dies, it just looks very unsightly. I don't like that look. It looks, yeah, it's sticky and it's clear, and I don't want that. So there's my little piece. It's just a 4x1 piece, and I'm going to grab, hey Carol from South Carolina, welcome, welcome. Welcome Gail, I'm glad you're here. And see, Margaret shared with Gail, and that's how she came. So I love it when y'all share. Let's see, my plates, oh, here we go. So let's just run this right through, and you can see how there's my piece that's all loaded up with the adhesive sheet. Now I will tell you that sometimes that adhesive sheet, it does add like a little bit of thickness. So sometimes I will run it through more than once just to make sure that I'm getting all the way through. Now that's not going to work very well. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Now if you guys have a mini cut and emboss and you're having any kind of challenges getting your plates to run through, let me show you the magic trick for this. Hey Vivian, I'm glad you are here. So you see what I did right here? Mine's even very clumsy, but you want to create like almost a like a zigzag, and then your plates will go right through. So you don't want, a lot of times you want to line them up, and that's going to be problematic with this mini machine. So you want to have the middle one staggered, and then these can match. Sometimes I'll just kind of stagger them all a little bit. So hopefully, let's see. Oh, look at there. Look at there. Yeah, I think it came all the way through. So let's put this simple card together. again, I am casing this card from my card class this month, and I'm keying off on Berry Burst, Lost Lagoon, and Blackberry Bliss, which is a color combination that I got from my little Stampin' Up! Color Coach sheets. So let's start. Now, I will say, because I wanted to use the 3 colors, and I'll use 2 here, I added an extra layer. So this is something that you can do. So when you're casing something, remember, you can change it up. You can change it up to fit what you're wanting to do. So this is my guide, but I'm not a slave to the guide. So this is 5.5 by 4.25. It's just a quarter sheet of cardstock. And this is actually forming my card base. Hi, Pam. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for sharing my video, Carol. That helps me a lot. Now, I think I am going to go with this. I could go with the smaller side. So let's kind of think about that before we go all the way with this. Now, this is my little layer that's going to create. Here we go. That's going to create my little fun fold here. So I'm going to, well, let's see. We could mix and match this. Let's see. How do we want to do this? We could go like this. We could go, oh, the small is just such a different look. There's more white that is shown. I think I still like that because you get a larger pack of a punch of color. So I think I'm going to go with the larger of the gingham patterns. And so this is already stuck down. This is going to get stuck down next. And just layering these, 3 layers in a row. So this is 5.5 by 4.25 on Lost Lagoon. My Blackberry Bliss is 5.25 by 4, and my paper is 5 by 3.75. Now I'm going to add my little fun fold. Yeah, Corinne, you like the larger pattern as well. I think it's just I like the stronger color on this because this is really, to me, this is all about the colors. Okay, so now, and sometimes you'll see there's a little bit of a discrepancy there, so I'm going to put that on the back, because I don't want that to show on the front. Okay, so now we are going to take this Pretty Peacock Goes. It's like the darker counterpart of Lost Lagoon. So that's how I'm able to add this 3rd color, which I thought would be kind of fun. And truth be told, we were prepping my retreat. My virtual retreat is next weekend, and like not this coming weekend, but the weekend after. And we were prepping today, and we ended up with extra of that exact shape. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to use that in crumb cake. And I do think that kind of gives you a little bit of, there's a lot of color here. And I think that when you add a little bit of a neutral in the midst of all this very deep, vibrant color, set off by the softness of Lost Lagoon, then you're on good ground. Now, let me grab my Seal Plus. Can't find one. We'll just use regular seal. Sometimes when I'm doing this fun fold like this, I like to put this with Seal Plus. But I think if I just use enough of the regular seal, I will be okay. So we want to use plenty because this is what I don't want flying off my card. Now I'm thinking about something else here. No, let's stick with the original plan. So that's kind of my plan there. And I could go this way because if you notice, so this is from my Cards with a Twist. So this is my cards for class. And I'm doing this exact same layout, but I'm adding an extra layer of color, and I'm going to use leaves instead of flowers. So let's see how we get on, and then we'll decide if we're going to use portrait or landscape. Now there's that pretty thank you, and there's my little tag that's already been cut out. Do you guys have a little box of leftover die cuts from the things that you've been working on? I'm going to tell you what, those little boxes are like a little box of treasure. Man, they are fabulous for putting together your projects. Okay. Now, let's see if this is going to work, because I don't know. I haven't done this yet, but I think these little guys are going to be really pretty. So let's pull these. Now, I need to make sure I put these in my little case, because this is the kind of small die cut that will get away from, not die cut, die that will get away from you, and then, yeah, it's the devil to pay, because you can't replace that without replacing the whole thing. Oh, now I could leave it all together. Oh, I do like those. Maybe I'm going to leave them all. Maybe I'm not going to punch them out. I kind of like that, because it gives that texture. You know, this is the fun of creating. You kind of have something in your mind, and then you start working, and you're like, well, I don't know. Maybe you know, it doesn't look now quite the way it did in my mind, but I'm kind of liking it. So let's see whether I want to punch all the middles out, or if I want to use them. Now, I do think I'm going to have a little bit of ribbon. Oh, now you see that one came out, but I could put it back in. That's a lot of leaves. Okay, let's punch this out, see if we like it. And that's one of the things when you work with this adhesive sheet, it does kind of keep things together a little bit more. So if you're wanting that look, this is definitely the way to go. I think this is going to allow the color to peek through. Oh yeah, see, that's better. This is a little bit too heavy. So, okay, some with and some without. Okay, Corinne, let's go with it and see how we do. I think we'll do 2 without and 1 with. Now, this definitely is going to need a little bit of ribbon for me. That's a lot of, you know, paper comes from trees. And so you have that kind of hardwood effect with all of that paper. And I find that you've put a little bit of ribbon in there, and it just kind of softens it, because the ribbon, you know, technically comes, or effectively comes from like a cotton or something. So I think I'll go ahead and pop this down, and then we'll kind of decorate around it. Now this needs to be put away so it doesn't get away from me. And there's the other one. Oh, no, that's the paper. Where's my other die? Oh no, they're all there. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now the other thing I do on these is, so you see, Jeanette's my helper, and she puts together all my dies and stuff for me. So I've got that number 13 right there. That's so I can count these up before I put these away. So let's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That way I know if I'm at 12, I've got to stop what I'm doing, and I've got to look for that die. Otherwise, yeah, that's just not going to be a good thing. And I also do that with the stamps. So just a little tip there. Now let's pop this, let's pop the greeting up on a couple of dimensionals. Now I'm going to strategically place these in such a way that I have room to tuck underneath some embellishments. And yeah, that's going to go like so, because I don't want my dimensional to be, you know, coming off in here. Oh, and I have a little piece of white to go in here, because I do think that that's easier to write your message. And like I said, this is a nice size. This is 4 by 3. So this is a nice size to write just a little message. Okay, so that's there. Thank you. Now, let's see what we got here. Now I have these. I don't have to use all 3. I could just use 1 or 2. Now, I did bring in, these are part of the suite, and I thought these might be kind of fun to use. Let's see, not the yellow one. Ay. You know what I need? I need this. So I could use some of these, you see those pretty peacock? I like that because it's not real shiny. It's kind of like a like frosted glass. And then I could bring in some of these pink ones to pick up that berry burst. Let's turn it over. Ay. There we go. So let's see what we think about those. Now I will say we would have to get out our liquid glue for that. Or I could go with the original, the sequins, which is what I had used on my Stamp Club project. So let me grab the sequins. See what we like better. You know what? Oh, I'm finding, oh, here they are. See, I could use the pink ones. I think that there's a little bit more shine than that. I think I like the shine. And so Gail, I'm glad you like this design. It's super easy layout. And that's one of the things I endeavor to do when I do my cards with a twist cards, is to give you layouts that you can then repeat. Now, I'm anxious to hear what you guys think. So you like the shine. Kathy, you like the sequins better than the dots. I think that's, yeah, I think these are a little bit too soft for what I'm doing. Again, this is part of the original suite that has the bundle, and it's very soft colors, very pretty. But I wanted to kind of just show the versatility, because it's a gorgeous bundle of what you can do with different colors. And I think you also tend to look at this and think about the flowers. I love, love, love the fonts here, and I like these leaves. I think they're really cool. So I like the flowers too, don't get me wrong, I'm a flower girl. But now this ribbon is a definite possibility. Now this is actually, what color is this? This is the in color, and it kind of has, it has that look to it, but I think it's a little bit, yeah, I think we're gonna maybe do a little bit of this. Let's see. This is that Lost Lagoon ribbon, and I like it because it has almost like a bleached look to it. Like bleached linen or something. I don't know if it's cotton, or I think it's cotton, but it's definitely a woven. It's not like a slick polyester or something. It's definitely a woven. And so it has some good texture, and but it's a little bit like washed out. And I think that really can bring a nice look to what you're doing. So let's just pop this. I'm thinking let's start with the largest piece first. So if that goes there, or we can go, that might be better. And then we'll put some leaves. Oh yeah, I think, yeah. Okay, let's put this down first. And we're gonna get a mini glue dot. And I think we are gonna go up in the corner and do a diagonal look here. So we'll put that glue dot right there. And this is gonna go like so, okay? Because we wanna make sure you can read the thank you. And then, let's see, let's put down the open ones first. Now you see, because I have that adhesive sheet on here, I'm just gonna use my pick your tool and pull that adhesive right off. And then these are now stickers, which is a lot easier to deal with than paper that I then have to, you know, figure out how to stick it down. So I like that a lot. Let's do another one. And I don't know, we may not even need that third one. Let's see how we get on. And you see how that one has that little kind of, that little hook to it. Let's see, oh yeah. Oh, I'm liking it. You see how easy that makes it? Because they're just like stickers. So these aren't gonna fly off. I don't have any messy glue or anything like that. I think we do need this third one. And we're gonna go full on. Let's see, unless it starts peeling on me. If it starts peeling on me, we're going with just the original, the cutout design, and I think it is. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, look there, it all held together. So I think that kind of is, that's kind of our message, that we need to use the whole thing. And let's just pop that one right like so. Let's angle it down just a little bit. So it's kind of peeking out with that dark or solid. Oh, I'm liking that a lot. That looks really good to me. And you see how I've got my little place for my message in there. Now let's just add the finishing touch. We'll put just a little bit of bling on here. what should we use? Should we use the Pretty Peacock? Should we use this light pink? I think we're going to maybe use the Pretty Peacock. Oh, we could even go white. I think we're going to use the Peacock. You see how we've used the pink here, the Berry Burst. We've got Berry Burst here. So, and we only have this one piece here of Pretty Peacock. So I'm thinking just to balance that we need a little bit more of this Pretty Peacock. So now we can go here. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm happy, happy, happy with that. And I love the fact that these are self-adhesive, so I don't have to, again, worry about, you know, how to stick these down. Boom, super. I've got kind of all my focus is right over here. So yeah, that is it. A quick and easy design. You know, one of my friends said the other day, I need to make a baby card and I don't know where to start. And I said, well, I oftentimes start with the paper and then I look for a layout or a color scheme because the paper is going to give you your color scheme. And so I wanted to use this Berry Burst, and that is how I found this color scheme in my color coach. And then I like to have a layout to start with to kind of guide me, even if I'm going to kind of veer away from it. So there's my layout. Now I changed it by adding an extra layer because I wanted to add that third color. I wanted my Berry Burst was my original focus, but I wanted to incorporate both Blackberry Bliss and Lost Lagoon. Well, I knew I wanted the Lost Lagoon to be the base, that softer color. And yeah, this is how a card is born. At least that's how cards are born in my studio. So I hope that gives you some ideas on how you can make some fun things with your supplies. And like I said, this is what you get. All the card kits are already prepped. This is my Cards with a Twist. I have a couple of extra packets if anybody is interested. And it's, where'd my other card go? Oh, here it is. Okay, so it's 8 cards, all the supplies prepped and ready for you. And I do like to give you like little extra bits and pieces to give you some ideas on how to, you know, maybe you haven't tried certain items, and then you get a full package of these really lovely sequins, and then you also get a full package of the gingham paper. And that was kind of my starting point tonight. I thought, okay, I've got leftover gingham paper. What am I going to make with it? So that is it for today. And I sure thank you for, okay, Kathy, I will send you the link for the extra kits. And I sure appreciate you commenting. I appreciate you sharing. All of those things really, really help me, because Facebook, for whatever reason, I don't understand algorithms or any of that, but Facebook likes that stuff. So I will pop this, I will download this video and share it on YouTube, and I will also put this on my blog. I will get this photographed. You know what? I think we're going to need a couple more. You know, sometimes you're looking and you're thinking, yeah, I think we need a little tiny bit more shine. So I think we're going to add another couple of sequins. Sometimes less is more, sometimes more is more. This is definitely a more is more. See how that balances, brings you that kind of triangle of shine. And the triangle is a really important part of, a really important element in design. It's very pleasing to our eye. Okay, I'll quit jabbering. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And don't forget that if you want to get a card kit for my Cards with a Twist, and that you can do that either by just kit, or you can join the club and get perks, and I have a few kits left. So thank you so much for tuning in. Stay cool, because when I see the weather, it's not just here in Texas. I think we're getting a heat wave in a lot of the country. Some of the country is getting major flooding, and that's something else we get here in Texas a lot, although I don't think we can beg, borrow, or steal a drop of water right now. So that is it. Stay cool on these hot summer days, and I will be back here next Thursday for your weekly Facebook Live. Thanks again for tuning in. Take care, and God bless.